Get ready. You will be presenting a paper on analysis of real estate market responses. Dr. Ramawati Muhammad Yusuf, are you here?
Good morning. I think she is probably a bit late. I am also a co-writer. Maybe I can present on her behalf.
Sure.
Okay,
We
thank
don't
you.
want to waste time, so may please let us know who you are again.
My name is Professor Sharifah Zubaida Said Abdul Qadir. I am from International Islamic University in Malaysia. And this is a result of our research project with the Ministry of Finance and Institute of Valuation Malaysia.
All right, you have 10 minutes to present and 5 minutes Q&A, okay? So
All right.
as soon as you are ready, you can start.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. I will now share my slides. Okay, good morning, everyone. The title of our research paper that we submitted for this conference is an analysis of real estate market responses towards climate resilient policies in Malaysia and Indonesia. There are 4 of us who are in this research team. Myself, the principal researcher. I am also assisted by Dr. Noor Suzilawati, Dr. Rahmawati, and Dr. Azli Noor. Our research is a comparative study, and it is through legal doctrinal research, as all of us are from legal background, and only one person, Dr. Noor Suzilawati, is from town planning background. The research looks at climate change impacts on real estate in Malaysia and Indonesia. We would like to see the link between climate change impacts and real estate value. And both nations have implemented climate resilient policies, which is understandable because Southeast Asia, particularly ASEAN countries, has experienced many events related to climate change in the years before this, since the Paris Agreement is an international commitment by both countries in 2015. It's a multilateral treaty signed by both countries as well as many other countries. We have committed to reducing our carbon footprints, especially in the cities, through carbon zero efforts. So we would like to see whether this has managed to impact on real estate in both countries. Because the rule of thumb is, we have found out from our respondents that if there is flooding, which happened in Malaysia in 2021 and has caused properties, at least 30% of the real estate value will go down. So that's a rule of thumb. And billions of ringgit has got to be expended by government to repair and to pay damages. So from the literature review, we found many literature on climate change, of course, because it is the most important matter in most countries in the world today to deal with climate change mitigation and adaptation. So climate resilience is critical to sustaining property values. We look at the link to property values against climate risk. And this was, of course, found out by IPCC, the International Panel on Climate Change, since 2014. And Koch, McGraw, and Quigley in 2012, they have said that resilient properties command premiums due to reduced risk and lower cost. This is understandable. Whenever there is climate events, insurance premiums will definitely go up in regards to real property. The framework that we see in Malaysia and Indonesia, similar, both have green building index to rate buildings, energy, as well as climate change criteria. Green buildings are growing, especially in regards to commercial and office properties in both countries. In Malaysia, we have a national urbanization policy and many policies relating to renewable energy, energy efficiency, climate change, etc., etc. In Indonesia also, we have seen that there is disaster management law that is being implemented in areas where there is seen to be damages caused by climate change, like flooding and also eruption of volcanoes, for example. The methodology is qualitative. We do content analysis, reviewing relevant literature. We cover primary means the law and cases, as well as secondary materials in articles and books. We examine materials including legal provisions and relevant acts. We have also a non-legal literature, and both countries are covered. Findings that we found that the market impact in Malaysia is that GBI building index certification has increased property values in Malaysia at least by about 18%. In Indonesia, there is also a higher demand of green certified buildings, especially in Jakarta and in Bali. We also found that urban areas show higher demand for client resilient properties, in line with the move to be more client resilient in city management. And in Indonesia, market response varies by region due to economic disparities amongst the cities and regions. We also found some features in regards to climate resilient buildings. For example, green roofs, energy efficient windows, permeable pavements, flood defense systems, and energy efficient systems for resilience is there in green buildings. Now, challenges that we found in implementing these efforts are financial barriers, because evidently the cost of construction material will rise. Also, inconsistent policy and enforcement. Sometimes building codes are just voluntary, not mandatory. So this makes enforcement a bit difficult. Public awareness and investment constraints are also there, although in both countries, we see ESG is being very much implemented and relied upon by investors. So we would recommend that both countries improve the enforcement, because the policy is there, but it has to be cascaded down to the cities, and there needs to be effective enforcement, financial incentives. Also enhance public education and awareness and local government support. So these are basically our initial findings. We are still at the stage of data collection. We are interviewing respondents. And so it is concluded that at this point, climate resilience is crucial for real estate properties, both in Malaysia and Indonesia, and that both countries are progressing, but they do face challenges in their implementation. That is all from us. Thank you. If there are any questions, we would be pleased to answer.
All right. Thank you, Sharifah. I would like to ask the audience if they have any questions for Sharifah here. There are about 13 people in this session. Any questions?
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Sabarudin here. So I have one question here. Okay, despite we are having a quite comprehensive policy on climate change, actually what I found in my career, I'm a landscape architect. So landscape is one of the urban landscape. I mean, because the urban form very much related to the carbon footprint. The way the urban form was designed, including the tree cover in the city, very much influence in terms of carbon sequestration and also the flood, at least. So I was thinking that landscape is one of the most less expensive approach in terms of carbon footprint and also carbon sequestration kind of things, and also for the healthy city and also green city. So what is the stand of government in terms of using landscape as one of the tools to combat this issue? Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. May I answer, Professor Chair? Okay. Thank you very much for that input, Sabaruddin. Yes, I agree. In fact, most cities are going towards sponge cities. Yeah, when it comes to about landscape architecture, in order to be able to absorb the carbon dioxide in the air and to depay concrete pavements, lesser concrete pavements, so that the water can run and there will be less flooding. Yes, it is more cost effective, but as you have mentioned, the existing buildings, or rather the existing, how I say, layout of most buildings in Asia, especially Indonesia and Malaysia in the cities, is that there is more concrete buildings rather than addressing the landscape. Landscape has come, but much later. So there is a need in mitigating how buildings have been emitting more than 40% of carbon dioxide in the air. So it has got to go together, yes. We don't see yet policies that address landscape. There are, but there are more policies or building SIRIM codes and standards that address energy efficient buildings and also renewable energy to be used in buildings, like using photovoltaics, etc., etc. So I think my answer to your question is yes, there might be a bit of a gap, if you were to compare between efforts to mitigate and adapt climate change in cities to buildings compared to landscape. But not to say landscape efforts are not there on the landscape. It is there, but probably there is a need to stress and emphasize more on that compared to other countries like India and US, where there's a big movement to address landscape architecture. Thank you.
All right. Sharifa, I have written papers analyzing Malaysia's policies on carbon emission using the Kyoto Protocol. And I've also touched on the Antarctic Treaty System, is again on environmental control, together with the Madrid Protocol. And then now I'm trying to circumvent with the Paris Agreement, which is on climate change. So for those interested, why don't you apply the current offer or tender opening for the YAPSM NOC, Antarctic research grant. So it's open right now. So thank you, Sharifa. You are on time.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, we'll go on to the second presenter, Haliza Johari. Are you here?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So you're going to present on the role of design thinking and socio-technical activity for product manufacturing. So you can present as soon as you are done. I will keep tab of the time and interfere or, let you know 10 minutes to present, 5 minutes Q&A. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Yeah.
See the slide.
Yep.
Okay, right. Assalamualaikum. I'm Haliza Johari from the Faculty of Art and Design. Today I would like to present my research, the role of design thinking in socio-technical activity for product manufacturing process. Right. Human interaction, design thinking is a human interaction intensely impact to the design product. So since the digitalization and artificial intelligence are dominant to the design industry, it indicate the technological advancements in manufacturing create continue reshape to the design to the continue to reshape, and it make design thinking as a vital methodology across various design dimension. So the key design dimension in this research is which is product recognition and perceptual product experience is known as a PPE, and this variable will impact to the visual and physical characteristic in product design, because in the product development it requires a deep understanding of the variable driving human interaction. So the challenges in the current practice, whereas based on the research, the implementation of framework design thinking is remain underutilization, especially in the social science, whereas the many product and service are developed without observing the principal design, observing the fundamental design principle and the socio-technical principle in product development. It's still limits because designer lack of comprehension, understanding of the practical challenges in the implement this approach. Actually, understanding how the product visual and physical characteristic influence the user perception and experience is critical for the effective design. So the aims on the research is to propose a more holistic framework for product in development to enhance the effectiveness and responsiveness of design practice in line with the in demand of technology and user needs. So the research objective is to investigate the impact of human interaction through the design thinking and PPE on product development process. And it's also to explore the integration of socio-technical principle into the design technologies, design methodologies to create more user-centered and relevant product. And it's also to analyze the design standard and design treatment and design formulation in line socio-technical activities. So next, this section is data collected support the new enhanced to the framework, integrating the design thinking with the socio-technical factors in the product manufacturing. So according to Wang 2020, human interaction is critical in the product design because product is tangible to deliver a message to user. So it indicate this situation how the user experience engage with the product. So as we can so we can see this situation um, uh, it's uh, how the user reconnection, evaluate, understanding, conception of the product. So this situation, it indicate the user experience correlated to the design thinking and PPE. According to Vildia and Kalita 2021, these activities are essential to create user-centered products that are recognizable, meaningful, and satisfied. And this also support by Louis and Chui 2020 research, where it was mentioned PPE is a key to create a meaningful and memorable user experience. So the detail of PPE was discussed in the Worrell 28 research, where it was stated PPE framework which include with sensory, cognitive, and effective. So the sensory, it involve the user perceive to the product, and the connective is pertain how the user understand the product function and how to use the product. And effective, it's more emotional, and this element address the user feeling, how product evoke to product influence to the user. So this framework emphasize the successful product should be functional, visual appealing, easy to understand, and emotional engaging. So by this consideration, it will make designer can create product that engaging with the user and align with the socio-technical principle. So to create product engaging to user needs, it's involved with the interactive process, where is a process of understanding, ideation, prototyping, and testing. that ensure the final product will align the user expectation and a structured framework for problem-solving activities. So based on the research, it indicates the design thinking has developed a structured system with the various framework proposed by the research. So the framework usually used in the product development, which is the Stanford design thinking models, and iterative the service design models, and the double diamond models. So all the models, it emphasize the importance of the user-centric design. However, according to Renan 21 and 2021 and Roto 2020, these models still lack and does not fully address the material and technical factors in early stage of product development. So actually, to address the material and technical in the product development in early stage, it will impact the visual appearance, and it prevent the issue and ensure smooth in the production process. So based on the existing model, it indicate the model lack of the consideration of material and technical in early stage of the product development, and it's emphasize more understanding user behavior, and it also lacks structured approach in incorporating user needs. So the research gap consideration is developed to holistic framework to enhance product recognition and improve the user experience. So for the research method, and this research is divided to the phase. The first phase is primarily data collected. So this method to analyze the during the initial stage of the
You have 2 minutes. You have 2
investigate
minutes.
right, to investigate the socio-technical triangulation concept, material and technical of characteristic product design, whereas this employed to observational study in the depth of exploration the role of design thinking influence to the product development. So the second phase is laboratory study, which involve the experiment video observation, whereas this activity will participate 30 professional ceramicists, and the 30 professional services will divide to three categories, which is expert, senior specialist, and senior. So this video observation was recorded by the vitro design protocol, where this is to analyze the design activity based on the socio-technical design strategy by examining the design, concept, material, and technical standard. So the the third phase is validation and reliability, where it is involved to the triangular design analysis, where it include the research, the initial research, experimental video observation, and document review data. So based on this, the result analysis, you will go through to the next analysis, which is a member checking process. Due to this method to validate the result, uh, reflect to the participant experience and perspective, increasing the result readability. So based on the validation finding, the research will propose a framework that combine design thinking with socio-technical activity, especially in the industry. So next is a finding and discussion, whereas the existing models emphasize the user-centric but inadequately address the integration of material and technical consideration at early stage of the design process. And to address this consideration, this research proposed to the STF approach integrate concept, material, and technical at early stage of the design process. So this is a flow how the integration of concept, technical, and material in the early stage of design development. So this consideration, based on the COMMA-TEC framework by Anwar 2015, which he addressed the design production must incorporate the process of concept, material, and technical research approach, and is also empirical support by Johari 2022 research, Raif 2022, and Anwar 2022. So the STF approach finding integrate to the three areas, which is a concept, thinking, material resources, and technical architectural. So it's closely correlated to the PPE element. So the concept thinking emphasize creativity thinking, culture sensitivity, and significantly shape the sensory and emotional perceptual. And it's represent the design by standard and involve different defining of the overarching design vision and objective. And the next is a technical, is architectural, ensure the design is functional, adaptable, scalable, and improve the product usability and reliability. It's a direct impact to the user connective. Technical is represented by design treatment. This with the technical feasibility and implement of the design. And the next is material resource focus on sustainable and innovative resource, which is and enhance the tactical and visual appeal of the product directly impact to the user connective and physical interaction. So the material represent for the design by formulation, focusing on select and apply appropriate material in the product development. So this holistic integration address the gap in traditional models but ensure the visual and physical attribute developed during the design process and not only aesthetical but it's also technical feasible. And consequently, STF approach strength to relationship between design and PPE to ensure the product resonate with the user sensory, cognitive, and emotional while maintaining the practical, functional, and technical excellence. So this is a conclusion and recommendation. So the conclusion is to combine the design thinking with socio-technical activity to address gap in the traditional design method, and existing models like Stanford and the service design face material and technical limitation, and a refined framework integration concept, material and technical feasibility from the start, and expand the PPE framework, ensure the product functional, engaging with align with the user. And the recommendation is designers should integrate the material and technical consideration in the early of the design product process and use the PPE framework to ensure the design meet all user needs and more engaging product. And in the future, research should be test and refine the framework across different design field in the industry. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Haliza. All right, in your next presentation, please try not to read from the slides, okay? And try to keep to the time. So, audience, do you have any questions for Noor, Haliza? So basically, your findings is to verify the concept development for design thinking. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Noor, Haliza.
All right. Thank you, Prof.
Let's move on to the third presenter, Shu Zhen.
Yes, yes, doctor.
How do you pronounce your name?
舒展.
Shu Chan.
Yes.
Okay. 你好. 你好.
你好, 你好. Hello. I will
Alright.
share my PowerPoint.
Okay. So as soon as you're ready, present. Again, reminder, you have 10 minutes to present, all right? And please keep to the time.
Yes. Okay. Successfully. Everyone, can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, good morning, every professor, every present. My name is Shu Zhan, and I'm very honored to present my research on the title Chinese Teachers' Perception on Perceived Teacher Support and Student Engagement. Now, to begin with, let's consider the background of the study. Because vocational education has become vital in China, especially since the 2019 National Experimentation Plan for Vocational Education Reform, which aims to develop skilled talent to support economic growth. However, societal bias persist, with academic qualifications often viewed more than practical skills, leading to low student motivation and poor engagement in vocational schools. Yeah, in this context, teacher support, whether emotional, fostering autonomy or competence, plays a crucial role in improving student engagement and creating a more inclusive learning environment. Yeah, about the literature review, existing research has shown that perceived teacher support, whether emotional or autonomy-based, positively impacts student engagement. Like strategies like creating structured learning environments, promoting active participation, and building trust between teachers and students are well documented. However, limited research explores teachers' own perspectives, particularly on the strategies they use to enhance support and improve engagement in Chinese higher vocational education. So my study aims to fill this gap. Now, moving on to the research objectives. First one is to investigate strategies used by teachers in higher vocational colleges to enhance students' perceived teacher support. And the second one is to explore teacher recommendations on improving student engagement in higher vocational colleges. Yeah, it's about the methodology. A qualitative approach is used to gather insights from 4 teachers at a public higher vocational college in Zhengzhou, China. Semi-structured interviews, semi-structured online interviews explored their experiences in supporting student engagement with purposive sampling method, ensuring diverse backgrounds of the teachers. Thematic analysis identified key patterns in perceived teacher support and engagement strategy, offering a deeper understanding of the approaches used. Now, let me present the findings. The study revealed 3 key strategies teachers use to enhance students' perceived teacher support. The first one is about the perceived autonomy part. The teachers promoted student autonomy by offering their choices in tasks, such as organizing campus events, which enhanced their sense of ownership and engagement. The second aspect is about perceived emotional support. Teachers built strong relationships by showing care for students, even participating in personal events to strengthen connections with students. And the third aspect is about perceived competence support. The teachers boosted confidence through timely feedback or small incentives, helping maintain student engagement. The teachers also suggest a multifaceted approach to improving student engagement. The first aspect is about the social perspective. Teachers address societal biases against vocational education in China and promote school enterprise collaborations for more internships and job opportunities for students. A second one is about school perspective. Optimize teaching methods, provide early career guidance, and align teaching with students' interests to improve their engagement. The third aspect is about family perspective, encouraging parental involvement in academic and career planning through stronger communication with the schools. Now, let's discuss these findings. The teachers highlighted two key areas: perceived teacher support and student engagement. First of all, perceived teacher support. They suggest the importance of enhancing autonomy, emotional care, and competence through student choice, emotional connection, and constructive feedback. Building trust and setting clear expectations foster a positive learning environment and boost students' confidence. For student engagement, teachers a multifaceted approach. They called for government policies to challenge societal bias, better teaching methods, stronger teacher-student relationships, early career guidance, and great parental involvement to keep students motivated. In conclusion, this study emphasized the key role of perceived teacher support in bringing student engagement in Chinese higher vocational college. Teachers use strategies that enhance autonomy, emotional care, and competence, which support both student academic success and well-being. They also suggest improving policies, teaching methods, and collaboration between schools, families, and business to further enhance engagement. Yeah. Despite offering valuable insights, this study has some limitations, such as small sample size and reliance on teacher interview. Yeah. Further research should include a larger sample, classroom observation, and student perspective for a more comprehensive understanding. Yeah. Okay, that's all. Thank you all for your time and attention. I look forward to your questions and welcome further discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Shu Chan.
Yeah.
Audience, do you have any questions for Shu Chan?
May I ask a question?
Sure, go.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation. That was very interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to know whether your research, I note that your limitation and scope is that the classes are small. How small? How many students in the classes that you have researched on? May I know?
You mean the sample in my study?
Yes.
Yes, the sample is for teachers, not student.
But those teachers, how many students do they have in their classes?
How many students?
Yes.
Doctor, no students, because this study is my own a small part, very small part of my thesis, you know. So I just select a very small part of my thesis. So this small paper just involving two small articles and related to only the teachers interviewees. So yes.
But I because you were saying that student engagement by the teachers, does a large classroom with many students affect teacher engagement? This is my question actually.
Oh, you mean in a classroom? How the teacher?
Many students, like if you have comparatively 15 students is a small classroom, small number of students. But if it is a large number of students, will this affect teacher engagement? This is my question.
Okay, Doctor. How the teacher to improve the students' engagement in a small classroom?
If there are more students, many students,
Yeah.
would this mean it would be difficult for the teacher to get student engagement in your opinion from your study?
Yes. Okay, I understand. Understand, Doctor. I think this question maybe is a complicated question because I think it involves many factors. For example, you know, in China, in Chinese, the higher education context, usually maybe a class including students about more than 30 students, maybe 40, 50. So I think the teachers, if they want to motivate the students to more engage in their study, I think this issue is not only just in the classroom, maybe outside the classroom, including maybe I think including the communication between the students and the teachers. Firstly, I think the teachers need to establish a very stable relationship with students. Then the students believe in the teachers. Then they believe in the teachers, so they can open their heart. So they want to speak. They want to speak their own voice. I think anyway, I think also including the teaching methods. You know, teaching methods is also very important. You know, nowadays, many teachers not only in the classroom, not only just teaching, just speaking, they also need to use many other materials or many other teaching methods like discussion, also like giving students opportunities to make their own decisions or make their own choices. Then I think students will be more confident.
I think that's a very good explanation. Very long and elaborated. Thank you, Shu Chen.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
All right, let's go on to the fourth paper. Jia Wen Yu,
Yes.
are you here? Yeah, please get your slides ready.
Okay.
So you are going to present on modeling the integration of education technology in vocational colleges. So
Yeah.
remember, you have 10 minutes, all right?
Okay. Wait for a moment. That's okay. Okay. So can you see my slides, Doctor?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Good morning, esteemed examiners, doctors, professors, and fellow educators. My title for today's presentation is Modeling the Integration of Educational Technology. I'm the presenter. My name is Jia Wen Yu. I'm from Segi University. So basically, in terms of the research background, I would like to say the opportunities and challenges of integrating digital technology in education, emphasizing the roles of teachers' attitudes, self-efficacy, digital literacy, and technology utilization. In this paper, I will explore how self-determination theory and technological, pedagogical content knowledge framework inform the understanding of technology integration amongst in-service teachers. And I also highlight both the opportunities in present for modernizing educational practices and the challenges of effective integration. Also, emphasize the significance of teacher attitude, as well as mention the 4 variables in this research. Okay, so in terms of the problem statement, okay, you can see that the dilemma of it, despite the improvements of technical ability, teachers' use of digital technology in the classroom is still limited, which hinders its benefits and to explore the influencing factors. Besides, the existing studies have identified a variety of ICT integration barriers, but the situation and specific factors of teachers' effective use of technology are still lacking, which need to be filled urgently. So let me summarize the statement of the problem is it will highlight the limited use of digital technology by teachers despite improved teaching technical abilities, pointing out the needs of exploring influencing factors and understanding barriers to ICT integration. And then in terms of the objectives of questions, explore the influence factors of digital technology integration on the job teachers and pay attention to their attitude towards technology, self-efficacy in the digital field, digital literacy, and technology use. And the main research questions accordingly is to analyze how the attitude towards technology, digital self-efficacy, digital literacy, and technology utilization are regulated and how they affect ICT integration. And in terms of the literature review, I also would like to highlight how the research and apply the theory and how to establish the model. I would like to say the study seeks to investigate the factors influencing the digital technology integration. And then you can see, as I mentioned, that there are 3 main underpinning theories. The first is the self-determination theory, which is Brian and Adexi from 2000. And the other one is the track, okay, a model of educational technology integration, which also from the WOPS 2013. And the variables, technical attitude from this paper, digital self-efficacy and technology integration are also the teacher digital literacy. Based on this okay, literature and the variable, the theories, I would like to develop the hypothesis. Okay, as you can see that there are 6 hypotheses under this research model. Okay, you can see that ATT stands for attitude towards technology, which is the IV. And in this research, I'm going to explore how the relationship between these variables, not only the direct effects, but also the indirect effects. So in here, you can see there are 16 hypotheses. Okay, in terms of the data acquisition method, so I would like to use, okay, study location selection, Guangdong, because it is a large population and rich resources and a significant number of educators, which increase the university of data. About the sampling, so I used the snowball sampling, which conducted 20 working teachers and at least 35 teachers each to ensure diversity and university. And the sample size is 681 in service teachers. And the method of data collection, I've used the online questionnaire by WeChat and QQ to distribute the links to ensure convenient participation. And the privacy protection and tactics, participants are required to read the confidential consent confirmed by the chat and comply with the ethical standards to protect the information. Okay, and this is the result of this research. Firstly, comes with the demographic information of the samples, As you can see that in terms of the characteristics of the educational samples, the ratio of male to female was 29.5% and 70%, most of whom were under 45 years old, and 14.2% were over 45 years old. 62.6 points had less 3 years of teaching experience, and 2.1% had more than 30 years. And one more things, okay, this is the measurement model analysis and the structural model validation. So from the figures, you can see that, okay, so here you can see the reliability and the validity of the constructs used in the study, such as the technical study and the digital self-efficacy, showing the stability and discriminative validity of the model. So from this figure, so I mainly describe that it mentoriously evaluates the reliability and validity of 5 research constructs: teaching attitude, digital self-efficacy, digital literacy, technology utilization, and technology integration. It features a table that's specified, okay, you can see that, specifies metrics for each construct. Each of loadings has ranged from 0.839 to 8.843 for attitude towards technology, and the column upper values up to 0.9, which is very perfect. Composite reliability score as high as 0.934 for technology utilization, and average extracted figures reaching up to 0.739, also for the technology utilization. Okay, so with the figures, okay, we can see that, okay, in terms of the findings, and we can see that the positive attitudes and high self-efficacy directly influence digital literacy and technology use are key to success integration of technologies in education. And what's more, teacher, ATT means attitude towards, towards this technology, and SEDR not only direct of TR, but also indirect through DL and TU, emphasizing the needs for comprehensive strategy. And what's more, the model shows multiple factors affecting TI, suggesting that future study should explore other factors and verify them in different educational settings. Okay, and this is my presentation, and thanks for your listening, and looking forward to your comment.
Share, when you, right?
Okay,
you are
thanks.
right on the dot, less than 10 minutes. So I will allow one question from the audience. Anyone?
Okay.
The model and the findings are very extensive.
Actually, no.
How long did you spend on this?
At least about 1 year. Yeah, because it's related to my research on my thesis.
Okay, so the data collection is how many months?
Data collection is about 9 months.
9 months, and 3 months for analysis.
Yeah, because I also need to have the data cleaning, and after that, okay, second time for the collection. The pilot study makes 60, and after that, okay, try to make sure well, and then proceed my research.
Yeah, I think that's why you justified it by using snowball sample.
Yeah.
All right, I think nobody wants to ask you any questions. Thank you again, Chia Wen.
Okay, thanks very much,
All the best.
Professor. Okay, thank you.
We move on to Azina Abu Bakar. You here?
I will share my presentation.
Are you Azina Abu Bakar?
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
You hear me?
I can hear you,
Okay.
but we can't see your presentation.
Okay, wait, I will share
All right, it's up.
Okay. All right.
So when you're ready, you can start.
Okay, Prof. Thank you very much.
10 minutes, keep to the time.
Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to everyone. Okay, my name is Azlina Abu Bakar and I will present my research title, A Framework for Sociodemographic Analysis and Disease Severity Among Children During COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic impacted global health and affected different age groups in various ways, especially among children. This has been supported by a couple of studies that mention about COVID-19 among children, considering the heterogeneity in disease presentation, severity, and outcome across different regions and demographic groups. The severity among children has consistently shown that specific sociodemographic characteristics, including age, gender, comorbidities, and vaccine status, play significant roles. Why I choose Malacca? It is due to Malacca is a global and local cities that estimated 20 million of tourists annually. It is also a smallest state in Malaysia with the highest capacities of population, which can contribute to the trend of COVID-19 cases among children in Malacca. Therefore, this study is aimed to produce a conceptual framework that focuses on children's sociodemographic and disease severity during the COVID-19 pandemic and endemic phases in Malacca. There are several studies conducted related to the sociodemographic characteristics among children during COVID-19. It is important because it will contribute to the severity of COVID-19 disease among children. However, there is a weak gap and very limited studies in terms of age, gender, geographical location, and tourism and traveling cases for children, whether from developed and developing countries. From this table, it shows that there is no study related to the ethnicity among children population for each countries. Most studies only discuss regarding comorbidity and symptom characteristics. This division can be affected in future if we have pandemic and endemic for other infectious disease. Therefore, comprehensive investigation on children population are needed. The study design will be cross-sectional study by using secondary data from the year 2020 to 2023. This study will investigate two phases involving the pandemic and endemic phases. And a total sample of children population will be collected for both phases. So this study will be conducted in Malacca, which has 3 districts, namely Malacca Tengah, Alor Gajah, and Jasin. Ethical approval will be obtained from UITM Research Ethics Committee and Medical Research Ethics Committee. All the data will be analyzed using 3 types of structured analysis that consist of descriptive, bivariate, and multivariate analysis. The sociodemographic data in the descriptive analysis will include age, gender, ethnic, vaccine status, geographical location, which is urban and rural, tourism and traveling cases, which is local and tourist cases, comorbidity, and symptom. This analysis will use SPSS software and will be presented in the table form, consists of total cases and percentage. Further analysis will be in bivariate and multivariate analysis, and then finally we'll develop the equation. So this is the equation that will be using by the prediction model. The framework of this study focuses on socio-demographic characteristics among children in Malacca. In this context of study, pandemic phases is referred to widespread global outbreak of a disease. It occurs when a new infectious disease like COVID-19 spread across multiple countries or continent and affecting a large number of people, whereby endemic phases is referred to a disease that is consistently present in a particular geographic region or population, but is maintained at predictable and steady levels. However, all of these secondary data will be analyzed based on specific socio-demographic characteristics. Number one is individual data, geographical location, tourism and traveling cases, and finally, disease severity. All of these variables is important in order to identify the main significant and risk factors that influence the severity of COVID-19 among children. Then followed by data analysis that will be using three analysis approaches, which is descriptive, bivariate, and multivariate analysis. All the variables in this framework will be analyzed first in descriptive analysis and then proceed to further in bivariate analysis. In bivariate analysis, we only take a specific significant variable to further analyze in multivariate. Then in logistic regression, the equation will be developed to interpret the result by prediction model. The final description of risk prediction will benefit in disease management and preventive strategies. Overall, the framework for this study is summarized that significant elements and factors and risk factors can be detected and potentially helps the prediction model to forecast and predict the cycle pattern of COVID-19 among children in Malacca. It can be concluded that this framework helps to prevent infection or reduce severe cases of COVID-19 among children, examining the socio-demographic characteristic and determining their potential impact on health outcomes of children. This is my references that related to my research. Thank you.
Thank you, Azlina.
Thank you, Prof.
That was an eye-opening findings. I would like to suggest that you share your data sets, these socio-demographic statistics, with the current Chief Minister, Datuk Rauf.
Okay.
And I do know that Datuk Nur Helmi from Duyong would also be interested because it's from Malacca, as well as Dr. Akmal Saleh.
Yeah, okay.
Having all these socio-demographic statistics, which is current, very important in order for the state government to strategize public health strategy.
Yeah.
All right. So
surely. Thank you, Prof. Assalamualaikum.
Wait a minute. Anyone in the audience would like to ask questions? We have about 2 minutes left. Looks like nobody wants to ask anything. It's almost 11:15. Thank you, Azlina. All the best.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will put a closure to my session for this morning. I would like to wish all the best to everyone who have presented. It seems that the last presenter, Azmi Ahmad, will not be making his presence felt. So with that, thank you again. Bye.